What's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about selling on eBay. Specifically, we'll probably put a little print on demand slant to selling on eBay, even though you can sell pretty much anything and everything on eBay. eBay, honestly, if you asked me like what marketplace gets the most traffic, but also allows sellers the most freedom, where you're less likely to run into censorship, it would definitely have to be eBay. I have never overlooked eBay. I just checked my account before I hit record, and I've been selling on eBay since 2005, which I think I was like 16 years old, 15 or 16 years old when I started. And I've sold over 1,000 items. I currently have 100% positive feedback. So I'm a pretty well-established eBay seller. Of course, I've done better on some other platforms like Amazon, where I did fulfillment by Amazon, and Amazon merch, where you get the Prime check mark. So I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't be on Amazon or Etsy, but I also love eBay as a complement to that. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the best tool, premium tool out there, Zik Analytics, which is made specifically to give us an edge over our competition on eBay. And it's multifaceted, so I'm going to show you the highlights of how you can use Zik Analytics to help you scale your eBay business. So once you sign up for Zik Analytics, and by the way, I'll put a link at the top of the description. This is the dashboard you'll see when you log in. You will have to give it your eBay seller ID in order for it to go grab your information if you would like to see it. So I plugged mine in, and you can see some of my numbers here, my recent sales. Now, I typically use eBay to post my best-selling print-on-demand designs on, the most popular products, t-shirts, hoodies, stuff like that. And like I said too, if there's something that is getting censored on Amazon, on Etsy, Amazon has the most censorship, then probably Etsy, then eBay. What I noticed is you can pretty much sell anything on eBay as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not saying that you should be infringing on people's intellectual property. I don't mean it like that. I just mean, how sometimes like the merch algorithm rejects something that shouldn't be rejected. It just doesn't like the word. And on Etsy, you may think that there's like a heightened chance of somebody reporting you because the reporting mechanism on Etsy gets abused, as we know. Well, eBay is a great opportunity to sell that product. eBay also gets indexed on Google, and you can get a lot of traffic straight from Google to your eBay listing, right? Or you can get people to go to eBay, search, and find you there. So eBay is a great place to be. Hopefully you don't need any more convincing. Actually, if you do, I realized they have a chart up there in the top right corner that shows the eBay sales over the last week. So eBay's doing like, 1.2 million sales a day, like minimum, that Zik Analytics is able to pick up on. So that alone should tell you that there's just a lot of money to be made on eBay, period. All right. You also have like weekly bestsellers here behind me. You can see if I kind of duck out the way. They're constantly scraping eBay, data mining eBay, trying to put useful information at our fingertips. By the way, anybody watching this that doesn't want to sell print on demand, you can also drop ship products on eBay. All right. I've bought them before and been like, damn, somebody just took advantage of me, because you'll buy something on eBay and then you'll get an Amazon box to your door addressed to you. And it's somebody like just using their Amazon Prime account to drop ship products to eBay, and they're selling them on eBay at a markup. And I've definitely got before. Also, I'll show you this later, but like Zik Analytics actually has a tool built in that helps you identify products that you can drop ship from even like AliExpress, which is a more popular drop shipping destination. So it basically does, finds the delta for you and finds like big opportunity products. So from the dashboard, you can either go on the side navigation over here on the left-hand side, or you can just click product research, and I'll just kind of give you a tutorial of how I've been using Zik Analytics for my business. Now, this may look familiar to you if you've ever used Jungle Scout. Jungle Scout's like very popular Amazon research tool. Zik Analytics is equally as good. It's just for eBay sellers. All right. So that's high praise, and it is extremely useful. All right. A lot of people made a lot of money using Jungle Scout on Amazon, and a lot of people, they said over 100,000 users are already using Zik Analytics to succeed. Also, eBay is a nice international marketplace too. So when they say 100,000, I'm like, yeah, I believe that. All right. So I went here, and I'm thinking we could just look at my most recent search here, Thanksgiving shirt. So we'll put a print on demand slant on this. All right. So go ahead and type in your seed keywords. If you need to like exclude any phrases, you can do that here. Like maybe we exclude the word hoodie so that we're not seeing hoodies. If I can type, you can do like feedback filters, price filters, etc. You can do shipping locations. I'm going to keep it on United States because to me, that's the biggest market. Condition, brand new, site, ebay.com. All right. And then hit search. Should only take a couple seconds. It's going to go data mine the search results from eBay and put it right in front of us in a nice, easy to digest like reference. So you can see the sell-through rate is the measurement of how fast items are selling. For example, sell-through rates of 500% mean that on average, each listing has gained 5 sales. The higher the sell-through rate, the better. So with print on demand, given the low barrier of entry where we can create listings of products that don't really exist yet, we're going to expect to see a lower sell-through rate than normal. All right, that's just what it is. But sell-through rate of 24% is really not that bad. Thanksgiving shirts, very generic terms too, so that's actually pretty good. There's, over 100 listings indexed on these terms for sure. Sold items, so these are recently sold items on products that were analyzed in those first 100 search results that were returned when we searched for Thanksgiving shirt. And the earnings here, $328 on those 24 sales. So what we basically have here too, we can scroll down. We can actually see the listings here basically in order as they were returned on eBay. So the eBay algorithm might not necessarily put the single bestseller at the top, but generally speaking, it's going to put the most relevant, what it thinks are the most relevant products at the top of search results. Now we've got all of them in a, I would say, easier to digest in terms of product research form right here. Because if you guys have ever searched on eBay, it gets really tall. The page gets really tall. So you can see here how many feedbacks were received on these listings, and how many sales they got in the last 30 days. So this would be the bestseller here. This peanut, Snoopy, Charlie Brown. Now, that being said, guys, you should definitely not assume that something is safe just because you see somebody selling it on eBay. I did mention that eBay is pretty relaxed in terms of what they allow people to sell on their platform. So Charlie Brown is like a big brand I wouldn't be selling myself. The next one, all right, gnomes. So you have like a gnome shirt. We can check that one out here. In terms of product research, like, you don't even need to go over to eBay. I'm just doing that for this video. But you can see here like a heart-shaped or a big heart made of leaves, and then you got the kind of pumpkin-colored gnome in front with the plaid. We know those plaid colors do really well this time of year, even the red and black in Christmas time as well. You can see here this next one is like, it says Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So the first 3 words, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And then it says Happy Hallow Thanksmas. All right, so if you guys need a good niche straight from eBay, all right, Happy Hallow Thanksmas. I've never seen that before, but I actually really like this. I love the design as well. And I bet you can go to Creative Fabrica and grab some pre-made gnome designs. Do I know that to be true for sure? No, I don't. But I know Creative Fabrica has a massive library, so I'll also link to that in the description in case you are not a great graphic designer, but you want to sell print on demand on eBay. Also, really quickly, I should just mention, like, Printful easily integrates with eBay. I don't know, I can't say most platforms do for sure, but I know that Printful integrates with eBay directly, and I've been using that for years. So if you're looking for where to start, I would recommend Printful. I will link to that in the description. You guessed it. So you can get started with Printful. Here's one more. Let's take a look at one more. Thankful, grateful, blessed. This to me has kind of that Etsy vibe to it in terms of a design. So if I was going to sell this shirt, I would definitely cross-post it to Etsy as well. But thank you to Zik Analytics for putting all these niches right there at our fingertips. And I mean, one thing I'd say, if you got like a pumpkin graphic, some gnome graphics, you can definitely go like, here's another gnome shirt, happy fall, y'all. Like, you can make the most of any graphics that maybe you pay $1 or a couple dollars for some pre-made graphics. If you're like me, you can't design. Then just scroll through. Like, we can go back to Zik Analytics too. And instead of Thanksgiving shirt, we could say Thanksgiving gnome shirt. All right, maybe get a little bit more specific and just niche down. You know what I mean? This is it's great for finding opportunities. One quick tip while it's searching, I'll say too, is that on eBay, when I'm listing products, I don't max out the quantity. So an extra step when you're publishing from Printful, it'll say, what's the quantity of each color plus size combination? Oftentimes, I'll only offer it in one color, and then I'll limit the number of sizes, because if you've never sold on eBay, you wouldn't know that like eBay either caps you at maximum like revenue, which is like if you list 1,000 products for $1, that revenue potential counted against your cap as a seller is $1,000. So 1,000 times 1. If it's 1,000 times 2, it's $2,000. It's weird how they do it. The other way is quantity of products, and they'll raise your seller limits over time as you're more successful. So that's, something that if you aren't on eBay already, you may not know. All right, so here we go. A bunch more gnome t-shirts. So I just typed in, instead of Thanksgiving shirt, we niched down, we said Thanksgiving gnome, and there are just a ton of them. And I mean, I would just spend an hour creating gnome shirts. Like, go buy some graphics and then just swap in and out different text associated with that. But you can see here the markets, You can see other analytics too. You can do a product scan on the best-selling products if you want to and get more in-depth information on those products. I don't know that you need to go to this extent when you're doing print on demand, just given the nature of print on demand products. Low barrier of entry, $0 invested. You can get started selling on eBay right now with Printful for $0. So you don't have to spend as much time looking under a microscope at the additional metrics that Zik Analytics makes, available at your fingertips. But if this was like, you want to invest money into physical products that you're pre-ordering, you're paying for manufacturing and you're getting them in bulk, probably shipped to the United States to a 3PL to warehouse and fulfill your orders. If you were going to do that, then you would want to really take a long, hard look at these products. Like maybe you're selling like a basketball, you know what I mean? And you want to have your own brand of basketballs. Well, it would behoove you to really slow down, take a nice look at what the best selling basketballs are doing on eBay, according to Zik Analytics here. So by the way, sell-through rate, basically 3,000%. So these are absolutely smashing, although I wasn't too specific because you can see here when we search for basketball, a lot of products are getting indexed that are like basketball shoes, basketball jerseys, not actual basketballs themselves. Here's one. So Spalding. Okay, and it actually identifies too the brands that are, if you, like, for instance, like if you wanted to go to your manufacturer and say, I want a Spalding basketball, like hopefully they'd say, well, Spalding is a big brand that's, intellectual property is protected. So we can't say Spalding, but you can come up with your own brand. And again, you can click the analytics and view the in-depth analytics here, see how many sales took place recently, how much revenue. Sell-through rate is obviously much higher than print on demand. So 1,280%. You can see the seller, by the way. And actually, we can spy on our selling competition as well, which is something you may find useful. So I prepared an example, and we might as well jump on over to that too, since we were go back to the print on demand example. So I went to eBay, and I found I think I've typed in like funny shirt. All right. So when I typed in funny shirt, it gave me a bunch of results here. And by the way, you'll notice, like, if you haven't sold on eBay before, I always say study the best selling. Study the most successful sellers, learn what they're doing that's effective. So you'll notice a lot of free shipping, a lot of free returns, a lot of them offering discounts when you buy multiple. So then you get that bright red text. If you can, 3-day shipping gets highlighted in green. All of these little things, they're like magnets for your potential customers' eyeballs. Okay. So any of those that you can offer are going to be really beneficial. And then also if you have like really good feedback, you get the top rated seller, like little blue star icon. That's also really going to help you. Now I went and I clicked the number 2 listing, thought magnet, pretty funny, but by the way, simple ass design too. And BJ Exclusives, all right, is the seller. So I went and I clicked see other items, which is a link right there. And it turns out they've got just a ton of simple text-based t-shirts. And oh, by the way, they've made 2,600 sales on eBay. All right. So this is a store that I think we can spy on using Zik Analytics. So I came over here to the competition. It's the guy with the hat and it looks like a private investigator over here on the navigation. Okay. So competitor research. And I typed in BJ Exclusives. All right. And you can spy on their data from the last 30 days. You can see their sell-through rate, which again, print on demand sell-through rate is going to be, lower than you probably expect. Over 1,000 listings, which, I'm a fan of. Why not occupy more internet real estate? We know this guy's going to do well this fourth quarter because there's definitely a correlation between how many products you have for sale and how many sales you make in the fourth quarter. You can see how many sales they made on those 1,000 listings in the last 30 days. See the earnings, feedback. Obviously, they have 2,623 reviews. Average price, $12.90. So for me, I know somebody's wondering this. I list on eBay at $19.99. Depending on the niche you're in, if you're the most expensive, it's going to be harder to make sales if you don't have the best design, for instance. It just is what it is, guys. But that being said, like I still want to get paid and make it worth my while when I'm listing products on eBay. So I still charge my $19.99 and that's that. I still make sales. I'm not getting rich off eBay. Is it possible to get rich off eBay? Yes, for sure. But I'm doing it mainly pretty passively. You guys pretty much know that. You can automate your uploads to eBay too using Merch Titans automation to the Printful. So Merch Titans automation integrates with Printful for automated uploads through Printful to eBay to Etsy if you wanted to. You can do it to Seller Central, but it's going to get throttled. So just a note there. But I'll link to Merch Titans Automation as well in the description in case you don't know what I'm talking about. At least you can bookmark it for future reference if you're just getting started. But these are all going to work together really well in conjunction with Zik Analytics. But this is where you would start your process for research, niche research, product research. Like I'll keep going back to Printful as our example for a production partner, but like they have over 300 products, I think, in their catalog right now. So that's a huge amount of options that you can be listing for sale, taking advantage of the fact that you can list for free on eBay. But what product types should you be selling? Well, come over here to Zik Analytics and either spy on your competitors and what they're doing. All right. You can actually see that this guy that we were spying on with his t-shirts also has a bunch of other products. Wouldn't surprise me if he is drop shipping them, honestly. I'm just guessing. Don't know for sure, but I mean, okay, vinyl decal stickers. Okay, so maybe it is just more print on demand. Also definitely possible. I mean, the only way to know for sure would be to actually buy them and see. But anyways, so you see what I'm doing here? No, actually he is. He's selling like window decal type stickers, or he's marketing them as that. So this is actually pretty useful in terms of us being print on demand sellers and being able to reference somebody who's doing it successfully on eBay. Because I know some people that try eBay for print on demand and aren't successful and they don't know what to do. Well, not only it's always a good idea to look at people that are more successful than you and how they're doing it, but Zik Analytics is like pulling all their information and putting it right here in front of you in one single reference point. Next up, I'll show you how I use the category research tool to identify additional opportunities for products to sell. All right, now you can find this on the left-hand side under category research, or you can just click that little icon. So you'll notice the filters are very similar to what we've seen earlier, but you need to select a category to start. So I can put clothing, shoes, accessories. Now, before we were searching for, niche space shirt, like Thanksgiving shirt. So when you put shirt, it's basically gonna take us to shirts, generally speaking, right? There were some coffee mugs in there. But so it's almost like we're adding the category qualifier in the word shirt, but we don't need to do that now. So we can just type in like Thanksgiving, right? If we're targeting Thanksgiving, theoretically, right? You can put any niche in there though. All right. So now we may see, a wide spectrum of products, not just t-shirts, but they should all be related to the clothing category, which relates pretty well to print on demand, especially when you've got, Printful in their massive catalog available to us to list products. So if you find like a really good graphic that's selling well, or a good niche or sub niche or cross niche, and you want to milk it for as much money as possible, the category search is a great way of identifying what product types people are buying within that parent category, which is perfect for print on demand sellers. Like I just said, though, you go to clothing and it's like all these different clothing types are available. The first thing I noticed is that it looks like a lot of kids stuff is selling quite well. So maybe I've been sleeping on selling, onesies and baby t-shirts. I actually have like one of my best friends is having his first kid, and I made him a custom onesie and youth size t-shirt using Printful, did a sample order, dropped it off. He was loving it. Little inside joke there. One of our favorite DJs that we love. The joke's on him though, because our favorite DJ that I themed the design after is actually coming like basically 2 weeks after he's supposed to have his kid. So he won't be making it to that concert, but I'll be there. So a lot of shirts here. As expected, a lot of these baby onesies and jumpers, and also, by the way, giving us a great insight into what keywords we should be targeting in our title when we put our title together, which is really important on eBay. That title is super important. But also, Zik Analytics has a title building tool. But man, check this out. Inside of clothing, it's like, why do I feel like it's almost exclusively, maybe it's just the niche, right? We typed in Thanksgiving, so maybe adults aren't that into Thanksgiving clothing and apparel, but they're all about decking their newborn kid out, their young kids out in Thanksgiving style clothing. Because I mean, we're seeing a lot of this stuff, definitely targeted to youth, right? Some more youth clothing here. This looks like a Bella Canvas t-shirt, so at least we've seen those. 2022, happy Thanksgiving. So that's also really smart, putting that 2022 spin on it, so you're not competing with the previous years. I don't know why people go and type in 2022 Thanksgiving shirt, but there are so many people on this earth that somebody's going to go and they're going to do it. Okay. Also, they put a mug, and maybe that's just to drop the price. Let's see, large as the picture. So sometimes people do the little trick there too, where you put the low price as one SKU and then end up saving some money, or not saving some money, but like luring people into thinking they're going to save some money. And then they're like, oh, well, I wear a size 3XL. Oh, now it's $21. So that's another, we do that on Etsy. You can do that on eBay as well. All right, so where were we here? We are right here. So anyways, that is the category search. Now let me show you the title builder, because we were just talking about the importance of your title on eBay. I believe they limit it to 80 characters. I mean, 80 characters is not a lot. At least on Etsy, you get 140. eBay, you get 80. So you really got to make that count, okay? Now with their title builder, location set to United States by default, sale date range, 30 days, the longer the better. So just leave that as the default. Marketplace, eBay, and exclude phrase. So if we're trying to build a good title for a funny Thanksgiving shirt, we would maybe want to exclude like mug, okay? So we won't get anything related to coffee mugs, all right? And then we'll type like funny Thanksgiving, oh, I can't type, Thanksgiving shirt, hit search. And your seed, I mean, you could just do Thanksgiving shirt too, but assuming, you know, a lot of times shirts that are cross-niched with something humorous tend to sell better. So I would say that's not a bad thing to have the funny X shirt where X is your niche, in this case, Thanksgiving. Not a bad idea. So let's check out what gets returned here on these search results. Here we go. So notice here, this is meant to be where your title will go up here. It says click on words to combine your title. And you probably want to start with the keywords you provided, although it's not necessarily always true. By the way, pie shirt, okay? So it just gave us a niche right away that we may have overlooked. Like a PI, pie, Thanksgiving pie. So maybe we come back over here to the product research and type in like Thanksgiving pie shirt and just see what it returns while we work on the title building. Okay, so this can be like a nice way of spying on other well-performing listings and their titles, maybe see what keywords they're doing. You don't have to necessarily use this the way, you know, they kind of built it, where you can click and it adds the keywords or the phrase up to your title. Because also you're going to get a lot of repetition because it's scanning multiple titles there and pulling the phrases. But over here on the right-hand side, you get the generic keywords related to your seed phrase. And if you're selling on like Amazon and you can do manual campaigns, you know, where you provide the keywords and set your own bids, this is a great way of getting some generic keywords, just as you see the label there. Okay, whoops, I clicked in and now it's sorted it by alphabetical. Let's sort by average searches. So we're getting the most valuable keywords at the top. So Thanksgiving should not come as a surprise. Funny, shirt, t-shirt, pumpkin, autumn. So these are more like the words that you would want to consider. Pumpkin, autumn, fall, gift, happy, Halloween, math. So it looks like there's some math shirts getting indexed. We just saw pie showing up, PI, not PIE. So there you go. That's why. There you go. You guys want a niche that's selling well that we didn't even think of, yet the research tool just put right there on our plate. Do you want that niche? Because you got it right here, pumpkin pie, right? It's like, why is PI, not PIE, ranking so well and performing so well per Zik Analytics and the data they're extracting from eBay? Oh, here you go, pumpkin pie. That's the niche that must be selling well. So if I'm going to go and make a funny Thanksgiving shirt right now, I'm going to probably do pumpkin pie, because we just saw from the title, the data that was scraped for the title assistance tool is clearly implying right here, top performing long tail keyword, well, tied for top, pie t-shirt funny, but PI. So then we go and we use the product research tool and we see, okay, it's pumpkin pie. So pumpkin pie t-shirt. So it'd be something like this, you know, funny Thanksgiving shirt, pumpkin pie t-shirt, orange pumpkin lover, or like funny, like Thanksgiving math shirt, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Get indexed on additional similar keywords. The way I feel about eBay, I'm not an expert on the eBay search algorithm. I always have my lean, my feel, because they never come out and just tell you transparently exactly how the algorithm works. But whereas I think Amazon figures out shirt versus t-shirt versus t-shirt versus TEE, I'm pretty sure Amazon figures that out, and Etsy as well. eBay, I see a lot more people doing the shirt, t-shirt, T, you know what I mean? Like eBay, I see a lot more people doing the like variations where one letter can vary, like shirt versus t-shirt, and it's more common there. So I'm more likely to do it on eBay myself. All right, so you can track your own competitors. You can, store your products on Zik Analytics. They have a lot of functionality. Before I leave, I'm going to show you the Alibaba spy tool though, because that is super cool that they've got in case anybody wants to try dropshipping on eBay as well. So from your dashboard, go ahead and click Ali Growth Scanner at the top. All right, And by the way, there's additional functionality in this tool. I just don't want the video to run too long. Like, they have their own, I should just plug this really quickly. Under tutorials and training on the left-hand side, they have an academy section and a tutorials section. So you'll find everything you need and more for how to use everything in depth over here. So don't forget that these are here. All right. Like what I'm doing right now is not comprehensive. I've gone through all the videos in their academy and tutorials, and they're very useful, including if you wanted more in-depth breakdown of what I'm showing you here. But essentially, they are crawling Alibaba and crawling eBay and looking for products that have big potential to make sales on eBay that are highly profitable. So they're going to filter out products that aren't profitable and essentially put these in front of you. Now, the one thing I will say, as somebody who's been selling FBA since late 2016, is that when you see the price on Alibaba, AliExpress, etc., often, all right, not guarantee, but often what you see is a price very similar to when we were looking at eBay just a second ago. Remember how it was saying, like, you know, it says that the price is $8, but then you say, okay, I wear a size large, and it's like, oh, price is $21.90. You know what I mean? Kind of misleading price. Where were we? They do that big time on Alibaba. So that is the thing. It's not always happening, but it happens quite often. That's why right now what you're seeing here is a lot of these like low priced products rank the highest because they can market it on Alibaba as, you know, selling for 16 cents, when in reality, if you reach out to that supplier and say, hey, like, you know, I want to order it, or I want to order a sample, or hey, can I order in bulk? What's the real price? It could be 10 times higher than that. So that is the one thing that I would say that it's no knock against Zik Analytics, by the way. Like, this tool is super cool, and you can scroll and scroll and scroll. There's so many ideas. And again, this is for drop shipping. Okay, now, of course, drop shipping, a little bit risky because your customer may get tired of waiting. Although people who shop on eBay, I think, are pretty used to waiting a long time for their products. Like, at least me, like I shop on eBay to save money, and I don't know, it's been a habit of mine. I'm an eBay guy, all right? I'm an eBay guy. I don't know why. But ever since I got my Amazon Prime for free using the Crypto.com app and Crypto.com card, I have been on Amazon a lot more as well for my shopping needs. On my investing channel, I have a lot more information on how all of that works, but I get free Amazon Prime, free Spotify, and free Netflix. Not a bad deal. All for staking some crypto and getting some pretty nice interest on what I stake. So anyways, lots and lots and lots and lots of ideas. It may even be infinite scroll. Okay, not infinite scroll, but there's 100 on each page, and then you can just go to the next page. If you want to see like a quick idea, let's check this out. So antique, 10-piece antique silver plated heart spacer beads. Let's see. So something like this, you don't even need to understand why it's selling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know it's performing well. Otherwise, Zik Analytics wouldn't be putting it in front of you. So what you can do is use these images that already exist here on AliExpress, go create a listing on eBay, and just sell it at a markup. All right. And if you make a sale, buy now from AliExpress, put your customer's information in, you're good to go. You keep the difference. Now, I know like that's a little bit of manual work. We typically focus more on like passive income given my, you know, YouTube channel name, but I know there are people that are watching this video that are hungry to achieve success. And this is a nice complement to the passive aspect of print on demand. Obviously with print on demand, if you integrate Printful with eBay, you add a product through Printful. When it sells, Printful automatically detects it, automatically fulfills it, automatically marks it as shipped. That's ideal. But you know, there's nothing wrong with doing a little drop shipping as well. And I know for a fact there are automated solutions for drop shipping from places like Alibaba, AliExpress to eBay. So that would also be potentially a really nice complement to Zik Analytics as well. But Zik Analytics is here to help you identify these opportunities, guys. So I hope you'll check it out. The last thing I wanted to share is the pricing, because I know you guys are wondering, especially if you're still watching. Thank you for that. Please hit the like button and check out Zik Analytics. The link's at the top of the description. Don't forget that. If you end up using yearly, you get 2 months free, okay? But don't be scared off by the big numbers. So the Pro is going to cost you $15 a month for the first month. Pro Plus, $29.99. Enterprise, $44.99, guys. Also, they have like a VIP community, like a private Facebook group, training, live chat to help you if you have any questions, all that good stuff. So please check that out if you're serious about selling and scaling on eBay, between print on demand, between drop shipping, and then also you can just do what I've done in the past. Actually sell your real life products on eBay as well. Like I dug out my closet and found like my old gaming consoles, my Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, all the other ones, regular Nintendo, right? And I sold them, And because they were just, man, the price was so high. Like they were super marked up like 5-6 years ago. No, at this point it's probably like 10 years ago. They were just they were selling for so much. I couldn't help myself, so I sold them, and I've since bought some of that stuff back. So kind of jokes on me, because I think some of it I bought them back at a higher price. But hey, it is what it is, guys. But you know, check out Zik Analytics, check out eBay. Don't sleep on eBay as a marketplace, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you made it this far. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.